Welcome back to the channel Valuable Coins HD. Today, we've got something exciting lined up for you. If you think that all quarters are just pocket change, think again. Today, we're going to talk about a coin that's more valuable than most people realize, the 1972 Washington Quarter Dollar. This coin might be sitting in your collection, and you might not even know it's worth a small fortune. Stick around as we dive deep into the fascinating world of the 1972 Washington Quarter, its history, rarity, and of course, its incredible value. You might be in for a surprise when we reveal how much this quarter could be worth today. Let's start with a quick look at the history of the Washington Quarter. This coin has been in circulation since 1932 and has become one of the most iconic and well-known coins in the United States. The design of the coin features the profile of George Washington, the first president of the United States, on the obverse. On the reverse, you'll see a majestic eagle, which symbolizes strength and freedom. Over the decades, the design has remained largely the same, making it instantly recognizable to coin collectors and casual observers alike. The 1972 Washington Quarter was part of the series of quarters minted during the years leading up to the bicentennial celebration of the United States in 1976. It was produced at the height of the U.S. economy in the early 1970s, and while many quarters were struck that year, the ones from 1972 are particularly interesting to collectors for several reasons. The coin itself, while not necessarily rare when you look at the total number of quarters produced, becomes more valuable when you look at factors like condition, mint mark, and potential errors. Speaking of mint marks, let's talk about that. The mint mark is one of the key elements that can significantly affect a coin's value. The 1972 Washington Quarter was minted in several locations, including Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. The Philadelphia coins don't carry a mint mark, while the Denver minted coins are marked with a D, and the San Francisco mint coins are marked with an S. While quarters from all three mints are of interest to collectors, it's the coins from specific mints and with specific characteristics that become truly valuable. The 1972 Denver Mint Mark coin, in particular, stands out as a great find for collectors, especially when it comes to high-grade examples. But what really sets the 1972 Washington Quarter apart from other quarters is the condition of the coin. As with any coin, the value is heavily influenced by how well the coin has been preserved over time. Most of the 1972 quarters in circulation today have experienced wear and tear. This means they show signs of use, such as scratches, dents, or discoloration. These coins are still valuable to collectors, but they don't come close to reaching the price points of coins in uncirculated condition. The rare gems, however, are those 1972 Washington quarters that have been kept in excellent condition. If you've got one of these quarters, you're sitting on something that could be worth much more than its face value. Coins that have been carefully stored, protected from damage, and kept in pristine condition are incredibly sought after by collectors. In fact, finding a high-quality, uncirculated 1972 quarter is becoming more and more difficult, which only adds to its value. But there's more. Beyond just the condition, you also need to consider the possibility of minting errors. These errors happen when something goes wrong during the production process, and they can make a coin much rarer and more valuable. For instance, a 1972 Washington Quarter with an off-center strike, a double die, or a misaligned design could be worth significantly more than a standard quarter. These error coins are highly prized in the numismatic world because they are unique and stand out from the rest. Let's take a look at what really makes the 1972 Washington Quarter so valuable. The first major factor is its rarity in pristine, uncirculated condition. As mentioned earlier, most of these coins were used in circulation and show visible signs of wear. But if you manage to find a 1972 Washington Quarter that is in gem uncirculated condition, it can fetch a very attractive price. Coins like these are often stored in coin collections, carefully preserved in holders that protect them from damage, making them increasingly valuable as time goes on. On top of that, there are other rarities and variations that can increase the value of a 1972 Washington Quarter. For example, Some of these coins were produced with specific die variations, which make them unique and more valuable to collectors. The details on the coin, such as the design and the mint mark, can all come into play when determining a coin's worth. An error coin with a rare die variety can be especially valuable and can fetch a higher price at auctions or private sales. Now, here comes the exciting part. If you've got a 1972 Washington quarter in excellent condition, or better yet, one that has a minting error or rare die variety, you could be sitting on a small fortune. And how much are we talking about? A high-grade 1972 Washington quarter, in pristine uncirculated condition, could easily be worth as much as $62,000, yes, you heard that right, $62,000. That's the kind of money you could potentially make from a well-preserved, high-quality 1972 Washington quarter. Of course, this price depends on the coin's condition, the rarity of the mint mark, and whether or not there are any unique features or errors. But in general, this coin has the potential to fetch a significant amount if it's in excellent shape. So, if you happen to have a 1972 Washington quarter in your collection or come across one in your coin hunts, it's definitely worth taking a closer look at its condition and characteristics. If you suspect it might be in uncirculated condition or have a rare minting error, consider having it professionally graded to determine its true value. In conclusion, the 1972 Washington quarter dollar is much more than just a coin from the past, it's a valuable collectible with the potential to bring you a substantial profit. Whether you're a seasoned collector or a casual coin enthusiast, keep an eye out for this rare gem. If you've got one in great condition or with a unique mint mark or error, you could be looking at a truly impressive find. Today, we're diving into the United States 1988 Washington quarter dollar, a coin that could be worth far more than its face value. So, if you're wondering what makes this quarter special, stick around. By the end of this video, you might just find out you're sitting on a hidden treasure. The Washington quarter has been in circulation for decades and is one of the most well-known coins in American history. First minted in 1932, it was designed to honor the first president of the United States, George Washington. His image on the obverse side of the coin is instantly recognizable. The reverse side features an eagle holding an olive branch and arrows, which symbolize peace and readiness. These elements are packed with symbolism, representing both the strength and the ideals of America. Now, fast forward to 1988. By this time, the Washington quarter had already undergone several design changes, and the minting process had evolved with the times. However, the 1988 Washington quarter remains an iconic example of this coin's long history. It's a coin that, on the surface, might not seem like a big deal. After all, it's part of a series that has been minted year after year. But trust us, there's more to this coin than meets the eye. While the 1988 Washington quarter was minted in relatively large numbers, there are some features that make certain examples of this coin more valuable than others. The key to determining the value of this quarter lies in the condition of the coin, the mint mark, and any potential minting errors that may exist. With these factors in mind, the 1988 Washington quarter can be worth far more than just 25 cents. Let's start with the mint marks. The 1988 Washington quarter was minted at two different locations, Philadelphia and Denver. Coins minted in Philadelphia do not carry a mint mark, while those minted in Denver are marked with a D. The mint mark is important because it helps collectors identify where the coin was made, and in some cases, the mint mark can influence the value of the coin. Generally speaking, quarters minted in Philadelphia are more common, but the ones with the Denver mint mark tend to be slightly rarer, which could make them more desirable to certain collectors. But what really drives up the value of the 1988 Washington quarter is the condition it's in. Like most coins, the value of the 1988 Washington quarter can vary dramatically depending on how well it has been preserved. Coins that have been in circulation for years and exposed to wear and tear can lose their value, while those that have been stored carefully in mint condition can be worth far more. For collectors, finding an uncirculated or near-mint 1988 Washington quarter is a significant discovery, and these coins often fetch much higher prices than their worn counterparts. As you can imagine, finding a perfectly preserved 1988 quarter is not an easy task. Most of the quarters from this year were used in everyday transactions and have seen their fair share of circulation. The dings, scratches, and discoloration from years of handling all take a toll on the coin's appearance, which can affect its value. But the truly rare and valuable examples are those that have been carefully stored or left untouched since the moment they were minted. But wait, there's more. If you thought that a pristine 1988 Washington quarter was the only way to make some money, think again. One of the most exciting aspects of coin collecting is the possibility of discovering minting errors. These errors happen when something goes wrong during the coin's production, and they can make a coin significantly more valuable. For example, a 1988 Washington quarter with an off-center strike, a double die, or a misaligned design could be worth far more than a regular, error-free quarter. These types of mistakes are highly sought after by collectors, and if you come across a 1988 quarter with any of these errors, you could be sitting on a rare find. Now, let's talk about why the 1988 Washington quarter is especially important to collectors and investors today. As time goes on, more and more of these coins are being lost to circulation or damaged beyond recognition. The coins that remain in excellent condition are becoming harder and harder to find. That's why collectors are constantly on the lookout for high-quality examples of this coin, whether it's an uncirculated coin or one with a unique minting error. And now, for the moment you've been waiting for, the big reveal. If you happen to own a 1988 Washington quarter that has been well preserved, or if you've come across a rare example with a minting error, you could be looking at a coin worth a lot more than just a quarter. Are you ready? A 1988 Washington quarter in uncirculated or mint condition could be worth as much as $67,000, yes, you heard that right, $67,000. It's hard to believe that a coin worth just 25 cents can skyrocket in value, but with the right condition, mint mark, and maybe even a minting error, the 1988 Washington quarter could be a goldmine. Of course, not every 1988 Washington quarter will be worth this much, but those in excellent condition or with rare characteristics are highly coveted by collectors and can command huge prices at auction.so. If you've got a 1988 Washington quarter in your collection, take a moment to inspect it closely. Look for any signs of wear and tear, but also check for any possible errors or unique features that could increase its value. If you think you've got something special on your hands, it might be worth getting the coin professionally graded to find out its true worth. You never know, your quarter could be worth far more than you imagined. That's it for today's video. We hope you've enjoyed learning about the 1988 Washington quarter and the potential value it could hold. Today, we've got a special treat for you, the 1982 Washington quarter dollar. While this might seem like just another regular quarter, we're about to uncover why this particular coin could be worth far more than its face value. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly why this quarter is one to keep an eye on, and you might even discover that you've got a valuable piece of American history sitting in your collection right now. Let's start by talking about the Washington quarter itself. This iconic coin has been a staple of American currency since it was first introduced in 1932 to celebrate the 200th anniversary of George Washington's birth. The coin features the profile of George Washington, the first president of the United States, on the obverse, while the reverse showcases an eagle, representing strength, freedom, and the United States' power. It's a design that has stood the test of time and remains one of the most recognizable coins in U.S. history. Fast forward to 1982. By this time, the Washington quarter had undergone numerous changes, but the basic design remained largely unchanged since the 1930s. The 1982 Washington quarter was minted at 3 locations, Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco, and the mint mark on the coin can tell us where it was made. Coins minted in Philadelphia do not have a mint mark, while those produced in Denver bear the D mint mark, and those made in San Francisco are marked with an S. So why does the 1982 Washington quarter stand out? Well, there are a few reasons why this coin is gaining attention from collectors today, and some of those reasons are directly related to the condition and the potential for rare minting errors. First, let's talk about condition. Like many coins, the value of the 1982 Washington quarter depends greatly on how well it has been preserved. Coins that have seen a lot of use or have been exposed to wear and tear tend to have their value reduced. However, if you happen to have a 1982 quarter in excellent or near mint condition, meaning it has minimal scratches, discoloration, or damage, you could have a coin that's worth far more than its face value. In fact, finding a well-preserved 1982 Washington quarter is a rare find, and collectors are always on the lookout for these high-quality specimens, but it's not just about condition. The 1982 Washington quarter has also become a sought-after coin due to the fact that some of them contain minting errors that make them extremely valuable. These errors are a result of mishaps during the minting process, and they can make a coin far rarer and more valuable than a standard issue. For example, a 1982 Washington quarter with an off-center strike, a double die, or other minting mistakes can fetch a much higher price than a regular coin in good condition. One of the most exciting things about coin collecting is that there's always a chance of stumbling upon a rare minting error, and these errors can dramatically increase a coin's worth. So, if you're digging through your collection of quarters or happen to come across a 1982 Washington quarter in a coin roll, take a closer look. You might have more than just a simple quarter on your hands. As for the mint mark, it's important to remember that the 1982 Washington quarter was struck at 3 different mints. Quarters minted in Philadelphia don't carry a mint mark, while those from Denver are marked with a D, and coins from San Francisco have an S. Typically, Philadelphia quarters are the most common, but that doesn't mean a Philadelphia mint mark coin is automatically less valuable. What matters most is the overall condition of the coin, as well as whether it has any rare features or errors. Now, let's talk about the real kicker, the value of the 1982 Washington quarter. While most of these coins are worth just their face value of 25 cents, those in mint condition or with rare minting errors can be worth a lot more. And here comes the exciting part: if you're lucky enough to have a 1982 Washington quarter in pristine condition, or even better, one with a minting error, you could be sitting on a goldmine. Ready for this? A well-preserved 1982 Washington quarter could fetch $68,000, yes, you heard that right, $68,000. That's the incredible value of a 1982 Washington quarter that has been perfectly preserved or has a rare minting error. This may sound unbelievable, but it's the truth. The combination of condition, rarity, and minting errors can dramatically increase the worth of a coin, making the 1982 Washington quarter one that's worth keeping an eye on. So, what do you do if you suspect that your 1982 quarter could be worth more than just 25 cents? Well, the first step is to carefully examine it. Look for any signs of wear, scratches, or discoloration that could affect its value. If the coin looks in excellent shape with sharp details and no visible damage, then you're off to a good start. Next, check for any minting errors. Off-center strikes, double dies, or any other unusual features can make the coin incredibly valuable. If you're unsure, it might be worth getting the coin professionally graded to find out exactly how much it's worth. In conclusion, the 1982 Washington quarter is far more than just a quarter. It's a coin that, in the right condition, could be worth tens of thousands of dollars. So, the next time you come across a 1982 quarter, take a moment to inspect it closely. You might just be looking at a rare and valuable coin that could make you a pretty penny. That's it for today's video. We hope you've enjoyed learning about the potential value of the 1982 Washington quarter and the exciting possibilities it holds for coin collectors. If you liked this video, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and ring the notification bell so you never miss another coin discovery. Thanks for watching, and happy collecting.